My dear brothers and sisters, inshallah, I'll talk to you briefly about something that probably you have never really had an opportunity to listen to. I was very struck by this particular topic, and I thought I should express my views on it today in this gathering and see if I can kind of inspire you to think about this and see as to where in time we are having our lives on this earth. As a background, I want you to think of all souls being created at a particular time, then earth being created, then the water receding and the land appearing in different continents, all the animals and plants and other things coming up on the earth being prepared for Adam alayhi salam and his children, which is us. When this earth was good and ready for us, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created Adam from dirt from this earth and inspired into him the soul from him, divine soul. And Adam came in. And afterwards, obviously, the creation. That is not the subject today. This was just the background for you to think. Now imagine human beings coming here, then having their children and their children and their children and populating this earth. I think today there isn't any area on this earth where humans have not been present. We have calculated every inch of this, I'm just saying metaphorically, of this earth. We have measured the distance between planets. We think we did. And we feel that we have now really understood the universe and how many galaxies are there and the stars are there and all of that. The reason I think this is something that probably you have not heard any Islamic scholar talk about is because this is a subject that is not really pertinent to day-to-day living. But I, as a physician, as a scientist, and somebody who really is interested in the universe, was drawn towards this particular topic. So the little portion of the Quranic verse that I recited before you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلَقَدْ مَنَّ وَلَقَدْ مَكَّنَّكُمْ فِي الْأَرْضِ, and we have stationed you or made you live on earth. And then in a subsequent ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that فیھا موتون و فیھا یخرجون منھا یخرجون, that in here you will die and from here you will be taken out. Why is this important topic? At least why was I drawn towards it? Is because now human beings have evolved to a point where they are talking about getting out of this earth and trying to find a place to live on planets. Obviously, we touched the moon some years ago, and now there are preparations to go to Mars and exploration on other planets also. Is it really possible for human beings to live somewhere else? Scientists think it's possible. Those who are astrologers and those who are into this, Elon Musk included, they feel that it can be done. The question is that really something that we should be doing? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does say that I have kept you on this earth, but then in certain places it is that you try to get out of this, you will not be able to get out of this unless Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wills it. So that there are little possibilities there, that if He allows it, you could do it. So that probably is just metaphorical kind of a explanation by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that obviously there will be exceptions to these, but what I understand and what I think it's clearly stated in Al-Quran is that human beings are supposed to basically reside here on earth, die here, and when qiyama'h comes, when the day of judgment comes, we will be raised from here. Now, there is no doubt about that these words are already there. Here is something to think about. Does that mean now that experiment that started with creation of Adam has come to climax now? Have we evolved as human beings to the point where this is perfection for a human being? Beyond this we cannot go as an entity, as a being. Right now, human beings, I could really sit here and talk, and the technology has developed. When I call somebody, just press a button, somebody could be sitting on the other side of the globe, and I can talk to them instantaneously. You all see that. Now with the FaceTime and all, you can actually see them right away. Also, now there is a possibility, there is a capability that we can actually get that person's face right in front of us in a halo, and as if that person is sitting in front of us, although the person is somewhere, God knows where. So technology has now evolved to a point where I think humans have come to a point where they probably are. This is the total ability that they were supposed to have. After that, this experiment may be over. In other words, we may have now come to a point where this earth, in a century or two, will probably be no more. Who knows? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. But just think about it. The capabilities that humans have today are amazing. And where do we go from here? Where do we actually end up? I have a feeling, and this is just obviously my own hunch, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created many other probably creations like this, like us, and there may be so many other galaxies where there are people, there are living beings, I should say, I don't know what to call them, that those experiments may be going on. Who knows, after we finish here, when we know that our souls are eternal, our bodies will stay here with earth, but our souls go back, and whatever day of judgment happens and wherever we go after that, maybe there will be something else that we will have to be participating in. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. But again, let me finish by saying that this is not just a coincidence. Just think about it. Just see how human beings are actually evolving 1, 2, 3 now. The evolution that started to take place, let's say 50 years ago, now it has come to a point where it's mind-boggling things that can be done by human beings. And I thought that humans, when they had to deal with elements out in the nature, they had to have the swords and they had to have the axes to kill the animals, and then they developed rifles and started to kill with bullets. But were human beings really required to have armies to kill other armies? Are we supposed to have nuclear bombs to kill cities and destroy cities? Probably not. So humans have learned to destroy themselves too. I still cannot fathom anybody joining an army only be trained to kill another human being. But we have done that. As a human race, we have done that. We have been killing each other. Was that the purpose of our creation? Probably not. But this is how humans as living beings have evolved. And now, intelligence-wise, they have artificial intelligence that is much better than the real stupidity, so to speak. So you have now, I think, come to the completion of this experiment that was the creation of human being. And from here, anybody that thinks that we will live somewhere else is being mistaken, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has clearly stated that we, as children of Adam, are come to this earth Here we will die and we will be raised from here. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the wisdom